Guys, what's up? Decided to get out a little bit today on Father's Day just to get out and do a little looking. Came down to a riverbank area, place I never really tried, but got my first surface target, and it's actually the first one of these I ever found. Is an oxen shoe. Never found one of those, so got some kind of activity going on here. But I'm gonna try this little stretch, all these rocks and stuff, and see what comes out here. I'll get back to you if I find something decent. See you on the next. Alright guys, I just got another signal. It's right on the surface again. I don't know if you can see the round. It's hard for me to see my screen, but I already picked it up. It's gonna be a round, it's gonna be a flat button. Shank is missing on the back, but very cool. I don't think I ever found one of these that big. So definitely something going on here. I'm also picking up some flakes, some Native American pieces of flint. I've actually looked at this area years ago looking for artifacts, and I did find a few artifacts down in here, so keeping my eyes open for that as well. But not too bad. Got an oxen shoe and a flat button, so I'm going to continue down this bank a little bit, go back and forth, and see what else pops up. But I'm happy with that. Alright, see you on the next. What's up guys? I wasn't really even planning on making a video. I came down to the riverbank to see how low the river was today, and let me step back here a little bit. There's a tree down right here. It goes out into the water. So I wanted to go over on the other side over here, take a look at what's over there, just in these little rock banks. But when I squatted down to come underneath the tree, look at this thing sitting here. Hold on, there we go. Little Susquehanna broad point sitting out. So that's a really cool little point. Take that, look at that. Perfect, oops, sorry about that. Perfect example of a small Susquehanna broad point. So, alright, I will put this together with the next string of videos, and you'll see this soon. Take care. Just took my detector out of my girlfriend's house, and this is a sidewalk strip that I've done before, but I was getting a signal here, and I wasn't really sure. I wasn't going to go after it, but I just saw silver, and I think it's a barber dime. I just flipped it. There it is. Oh, I just dropped it back into the hole. Barber dime. Hold on. Awesome. 1906. I'm not even going to clean it out here, but let me just get in the camera first. I'm not going to even mess with it. Hold on. Outstanding. So I just brought the detector out just to mess around until it got dark. But alright, I'll get this cleaned up. I'll show you this in my next wrap up, which I'll be doing pretty soon, so you'll see this very soon. Alright, cool. Still out here at my girlfriend's neighbor's house, and I just got a wheat penny after that silver dime, and now it's getting dark, but I just got another signal, flipped it over. I got another silver dime, and it looks like a rosy, so we're gonna rub that one. See what we got on the date here. It looks like 1950. You know, I just did this on a whim. So over at my girlfriend's house, it's going to get dark in 10-15 minutes, and she was on the phone, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go over to the neighbor's house where I had permission and just go through the yard again, because I went through this yard last year, and they're kind of remodeling the house. There's some gutters down and everything, but they ripped out the sidewalk, and I just found that barber dime right over here, and a wheat penny by this bush. And the last time I was here, I pulled about 8 wheat pennies out of here, and a little silver Australian coin that had 2 holes drilled into it. But I didn't expect to do anything. I said, let me just take the metal detector out and look. And 2 silvers in 5 minutes. So can't beat that. So I'm going to be here for a little bit till it gets too dark to see. But all right, see you on the next one. Hey guys, I only had a couple of clips as you saw in those last few clips there. I've been doing some riverbank hunting lately, and I'll go through and show you some of this stuff that I found on the riverbank, and that'll catch me up for the last, since the last video. Still working on some more permissions, so hopefully we get some good finds out of that. But this is just stuff that I got from, I don't know, 3 or 4 separate hunts at the riverbank, and I only got a couple of clips, but I'll do the wrap up on that stuff. I'll take everything out and show you. So hang on a second. Be right back. Guys, this is going to be the wrap up on the couple of riverbank hunts that I did, along with the one yard that I was just at a little while ago. You're not going to believe this, the stuff I pulled out within 15 minutes. But so I'll get right to it. As far as the coins, all of these are all modern clad. Most everything off the riverbank. You would expect with all these coins that I'd find something old, but not quite. There's 2 modern quarters up there, 10 copper pennies, 13 crusty zinc pennies, 3 nickels which came out of the same hole. This was like in a little spill, and they were all 3 together. Let's see, 3 dimes. There's some silver right there. I'll tell you that one. I'll show you those in a second. But 1 wheat penny that was pretty white, that came off the riverbank, and 1 1952D wheat cent. Alright, sorry about that. I had to put the light on, but so like I said, there was the 2 wheat pennies. One was the wiped one, and one was the one that I just found today in my neighbor's yard, or my girlfriend's neighbor's yard. I'll get to them. Like I said, I'll get to the silvers in just a second. Found an oxen shoe on the riverbank, which was the first one of these I found. It did ring up, but it was right on the surface. I also found, in the one clip you saw, I found a flat button. There's nothing on it. A little bit larger. It's not a dandy or anything, but a little bit of a larger flat button, maybe about the size of a quarter, and the shank is off of it. Also found a musket ball, so that's kind of older. There's a piece of an old padlock here. Of course, almost every time I go out I find at least one of these, the ceramic lids for the mason jars underneath the zinc. They usually have the piece of zinc over the top of them. That's how you end up hearing them. I found this neat little nameplate. It's some kind of an ID tag. It says Mrs. C.W. Smiles, 415 Tregerin Road, Bellasinwood, PA. Don't even know if I ever heard of that town, and it must be, I don't know if it's a zip code of some type, but I think it's a little bit old. You can see those little designs there. It looks like an arrow or something on it, but anyway, it was kind of neat. Let's see. There's a piece of lead with some writing on it. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Can't really make out what the writing says, but you can see that there's writing on it. Let's see. Found an old hem weight. This is an old fancy drawer pull. I don't think it's very old, but I found this heart-looking thing. It does have some kind of engraving on it, but it's so badly corroded. This was, on the riverbank. Right next to the water, so it's been underwater a lot. Let's see, a little piece of some kind of a brass. I don't know if it's part of a buckle or even a decorative piece, maybe off of a chest or something. I don't know. One of them old roofing tacks. Also found one of these little aluminum tokens. It's got something written on there. I could see the word Arthur on one side. It says Arthur and something. It's kind of beat up there, but so that was, I guess, mostly everything here was on the riverbank. Oh, I'm losing focus there. Let's see, there's a World Series pin there. Couple of different shotgun brass, some rifle cartridges, whole bunch of bullets. And these on the riverbank, just like the fishing sinkers, they sound, they're awesome signals, so you have to dig them. You think you're digging up a silver coin or even a copper or something, and they're just bullets, but you got to dig them up. And unfortunately, on the riverbank, that's all you find. Found an old Zippo, pretty beat up. This is trigger guard there for a toy gun. Piece of a old tin car. Let me see. This was a big brass something or another. Somebody was using it to shoot at. You can see the bullet holes in it. There's a design, as you can see right there, on the back there, but not sure exactly what it is. A bullet hole right by that writing right there. So, not sure what that is, but I thought it was pretty neat. Couple of drawer pulls, drawer handles there. And let's see, modern stuff. That's like one of them vape things you puff on. That was laying right out. These are two old, like, I don't know if they're milk glass or what. Little tiny jars here. Not exactly sure, but some different odds and ends. This some kind of brass thing. I don't know if it's like a little decorative piece off of something or what. This is for an old window latch. Them old time big wooden windows that are in some of the houses. Big piece, big hunk of lead. Not sure what it is, but it's got some weight to it. Okay, come back over in here. Not sure what this was. I thought it was like a shoehorn or something, but maybe it's part of like a big spoon or a fork or something. Not sure, but it's pretty crusted up, so not exactly sure what that might have been. There's your bunch of your common fishing stuff that's all over the river banks, all the different fishing weights. This thing is a huge one. It's a big 5-ounce weight. Again, that's got a lot of weight to it. Fishing lure right here. I think we used to call these Phoebes. But that's, you know, again, very typical on the riverbank. Piece of a spinner blade. This is like a homemade fishing weight. There's a hole in it there. So I saved the oldest, coolest stuff here for close to last. I'll get to those 2 silver coins, but in the one clip you saw me pick this arrowhead up. This is a Susquehanna broadpoint here in Pennsylvania along the Susquehanna River. Their dates, they're anywhere between about 3,200 to 2,600 years old. Okay, so we say before present, BP, 3,200 to 2,600 BP, before present. So it's a pretty old piece of history there. I'm not sure the material. It looks like Onondaga chert, which that stuff comes from up in the New York area. But there's a lot of this, mainly these types of points. These are, in Pennsylvania, the period they come out of is the transitional archaic. It's basically between the archaic and woodland times. There was a transition going between like your hunter-gatherer type peoples into more of an agriculture where they were settling down and you know, building villages and staying in one place. So this was during that time where there was kind of a transition in between there. But this is a very neat, awesome little point. I find these are relatively common in my area on the Susquehanna River. A lot of times they're going to be made out of this, actually it's this material here. There was a couple of pieces of flint right here that were in the same area, but this type of flint is rhyolite. Now obviously that point is not made out of this rhyolite, but this rhyolite is usually the most common material used to make this style of point. This rhyolite comes from quarries in southern Pennsylvania. They found that most of the Susquehanna broadpoints that are found in Pennsylvania and New York are made from rhyolite that's quarried down by like the Gettysburg area or down by Lancaster, PA, below that area, going towards Philly, but even in like the southern mid Pennsylvania area. So it's pretty neat to see them to see this material come up the river that far. And you'll find rhyolite into New York, and it's not naturally found there. It's all down in southern Pennsylvania areas and maybe into the southern states as well. So that's pretty cool. But the 2 silver coins, real quick, I found a 1950 Roosevelt dime, and this is only the 3rd barber that I've ever found. I have to hold it at an angle so you don't get the glare off of it. It's 1906, and you saw that clip of me finding both of these. I literally was at my girlfriend's house. I had permission on a few of the neighbors' houses around here, and I literally went outside to have a cigarette. It was going to get dark in like 15 minutes, and I said, let me take the detector out. It was in my car. I said, let me just take it out and go in the front yard there. And within 15 minutes, I pulled out these 2 silver coins. I got the barber dime, then I got the wheat penny, Then I got this silver rosy, and I also got this cool little, this is actually made out of metal, little alien trinket, a little ball or something made in China, but it's made out of tin. But those couple of items, those 3 coins, came out literally within 15 minutes of each other. It was just bang, bang, bang. And I've actually been in this yard. I was in this yard last year and probably ended up with about 8 or 10 wheat pennies. Plus another silver coin that was from Australia, and it was smaller than a dime, and it had 2 holes drilled into it, like almost like it was used as like a button or something. But still, finding the barber dime there, that was awesome. And like I said, all within 15 minutes. So sometimes you find those, you have them types of those types of days. And all this stuff that's here was from like 3 or 4 trips on the riverbank, and probably hours each time, 3-4 hours at a time. And then 15 minutes I come up with silvers. No silvers at all for the riverbank trips, and just go to one spot and find 2 in a row. That's just the way it goes sometimes. But anyway, that's everything that brings me up to date on what I had to show you. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions, or if you know what any of this stuff is that I didn't identify. We'll see you on the next one. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video. I also did a new introduction to my video series you'll start seeing, and just give me a heads up if you like that or not. But we'll see you on the next hunt. I got some permissions coming up, and I'm hoping to have some more stuff to show. But we'll take it one day at a time. We'll see how we get. We'll see how far we get with those. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care, everybody.